morning, everyone. It's Amy here for Free Advice Friday. I hope everyone's doing well today. If you can hear my voice and if the sound, I'm going to make sure the sound is good, turning the microphone on. If you guys can hear me okay, can you just throw a 1 or a hi or a 2 in the Q&A box? For those of you who are new, I see we've got 1 or 2 new people this week. I don't believe I know John or Christy. I might, although Denise, Sonia, Wendy, hi guys, great to see you again. For those of you who are new, I answer questions for the next half an hour. I'll answer any questions you want. Pretty much nothing's off the table that I can think of, and about publishing, that is. So I answer all the questions that you can shake a stick at. But if you want to ask those questions, please just go down to the Q&A box and type in your questions on the Q&A box. For those of you who are watching me live on Facebook or who are watching this as a replay, you can always email in your questions. All through the week, I take questions at amy@newshelves.com. amy@newshelves.com. I will type that into the chat box. Let me do that right here. Comment, amy@newshelves.com. So, welcome everyone. Let's get started right away with your Free Advice Friday questions. Sonia is asking if she should start charging for her perma-free book. She unloaded the workbook to solve the divorce dilemma as a free ebook on Amazon and Drafted Digital, hoping it would create interest for the main book. People are downloading the freebie but not buying the paid book. No, Sonia, she wants to know if she should start charging $1 for it. No, people are, that you did exactly the right thing. If people are not buying the main book, I would instead look at your funnel. Make sure, does the workbook that you're giving away for free, does it mention your actual book all throughout the workbook? Are there websites, QR codes, links to where people can click right in the PDF, or are there places that they can use their iPhone, like with a QR code, and use their phone to download the direct purchase of your actual book? Are you making it easy for them? If they download your free book, do you now have their email address? Are you emailing them once a week with helpful tips about surviving a divorce? And at the bottom of every tip, are you suggesting that they buy your book? These are questions I'd like you to actually answer in the Q&A box if you can. The answer is not to start charging for your workbook. People are downloading it because it's free. But why not put it on your website so that and drive people there, or put your website in the free ebook, and drive people to your website to sign up for a free newsletter, and that way you have their email address. There's a lot that can happen to drive a reader from a free book to a paid book, but it doesn't just happen. You actually have to map out the funnel, and funnel creation is an actual science. I mean, there are people who go to school to learn. I mean, this is a marketing concept, so it doesn't just happen, and I would be happy to discuss it with you more in detail. All right, let's see. I hope everyone is, I'm checking you guys out on Facebook as well as here on Free Advice Friday. I want to remind everyone, we got a couple people. Hey, John, you're from Lincoln, Nebraska. It's nice to meet you. As we go through, if you would like, those of you who are watching this as a replay or live on Facebook, if you would like to join us and start asking questions live here and get them answered with the interaction. For instance, I'm going to coach Sonia right now about how to build a funnel. All you have to do is go to newshelves.com/FAF, and I'm going to put that in the chat box as well. newshelves.com/FAF. That website will allow you to sign up for this webinar and join us free every week. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Wendy received her copyright letter or certificate of registration. That's wonderful. She wants to know if that covers all 4 of the book. She did it for her ebook, sent in the physical book, but she has yet to do the audio book. Wendy, I'm not a lawyer, but I do know the answer to this. It covers the work. It does not matter what format that work is in. So yes, as long as your audiobook is an authentic and direct reflection of the work itself, then your copyright is good. You are in great shape. So Sonia, you had said you're not doing any of those things. Let's talk for a second. I want to finish up this question then. If your book is free on Amazon and on Draft to Digital, I would suggest that you go throughout the workbook and put your website every few pages with an offer. Enjoying this workbook, ? Would you like 7 more free pages, or would you like the checklist for the 10 things you need to know before you ask for a divorce, or whatever? And then send them to your website. Start gathering email addresses. And then again, there's nothing better with book marketing right now. That's just today. Than getting those email addresses, because you can reach out to those readers and offer to be of service to them, offer to be of help. So the other way that you can do things with your free book is make sure that free book is available on your website as well, and drive people there. Yes, it's good that you've got it up on Amazon and that they're downloading the free book. Great. But you also want to make sure it's available on your website so you can capture those email addresses. And it's not just all about email. You could run a contest right now on Facebook for less than $30. And you could put the link to that free workbook on Amazon and tell people that for Father's Day weekend, okay, that's a horrible idea because it's a book about divorce. Scrap, I said that. So in a week or two, and not Independence Day, because, well, that might be funny. Yes, Independence Day weekend. Sure. Let's tie that in for Independence Day weekend. Those of you who want help getting divorced. I kind of like this the more I'm thinking about it. And give them the link to the Amazon free download, and simply tell them that anyone, and make it the ad for Facebook, make it a post that Sonia, the author of Solve the Divorce Dilemma, is offering this free workbook this weekend on Amazon, and to download it from Amazon, and simply to email you or to go to your website, and they will be able to get a 50% off coupon. They'll be able to buy your book, Solve the Divorce Dilemma, for half off. Run a sale. There's lots you can do with this. All right. Let's see. Other questions. Oh, yes. I see from what I posted that those of you on Facebook last week got to see Carrie Barnum. Carrie Ray Barnum she works with me, and she does Free Advice Friday every few weeks when I'm traveling or when something's up. The woman is brilliant. She knows more about book marketing. She knows a lot more than I do. And she's teaching a class at Writers and Books next week. She does a lot of online classes. She works here right with us at New Shelf. She's in the next office over. And if you guys enjoy this Free Advice Friday, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Amy Collins or Amy Collins book. You will find me right away. But my channel includes a number of videos by Carrie that you might find very helpful. Denise, it's good to see you. Denise is you're interested in the book librarian campaign, but the new book isn't ready. Yeah, for those of you who have gotten my mailings, we are putting together a library mailing campaign where we're going to be pitching to libraries in early September. And we're going to start in early September. We're going to go all the way through the month. We're going to pitch over and over again for the entire month of September. And I've started doing early bird pricing on that. Denise apparently got that email. Yes. Denise, we do this, as you know, every quarter, every 2 or 3 months. So if your book won't be available by September, it's no big deal. We'll do it again in November and December, probably December. We'll see. It depends on we'll do it again before the end of the year. So you're in great shape. All right, let's see other questions. Those of you who are on Facebook, do we have any questions? Stina Holmes. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this woman. I was, because I met Stina in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. Was it Las Vegas? I think it was Las Vegas. Yes. I'm sorry. I do a lot of conferences, but I fell in love with this woman, and I immediately went and downloaded her most recent book, and I adore it. Stina, Steena Holmes, like Sherlock Holmes. You have got to check her out. She has got a suggestion here on Facebook. She's saying that for Sonia's workbook, the book could be on sale for Amazon and offered free on the website. It's another great way to grab emails. So what Stina is suggesting, and this is actually a really good this is something else you could do, is you could bump your free workbook up to 99 cents, Sonia, just like you were thinking to do, but at the same time offer it for free on your website, and then advertise that on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and everywhere. I know divorce books on Pinterest, but believe it or not, there's lots of pins about it on Pinterest. You could actually advertise that your 99-cent workbook is for free on your website. And I like that idea too. I got to say, I think that's a terrific idea that Stina just suggested. So although she's an author and not a book marketing expert, I think she's got a second career that I'm about to, maybe I'll offer her a job. Thanks, Stina. I appreciate it. For those of you who are seeing me look over, it's because my Facebook, I've got two monitors going and my Facebook is over here. So let's see what other questions we have. Wendy is saying she sends out emails to those who have signed up to get her free journal, and that I had mentioned giving tips, which she does, and mentions the book. Would it be a bit much to mention it every time, or do you have suggestions as to how much to promote your book without having people get tired of you doing so? This is a terrific question, and I'm going to take a few moments and I'm going to give you some rules of thumb based on my experience. Everyone is different with their comfort level, but I do not make decisions about how hard to push myself or how hard to sell or when to talk about my book based on how I feel. I base it based on the results that I get. So I'm going to ask all of us who are making any decisions about marketing and how pushy we want to get or how obnoxious we want to get, or all of those judgy words that we use. We use tons of judgy words when we are talking about promoting ourselves. I don't want to be pushy or salesy, but Wendy, my experience is based on what works in terms of my results, and you will have to find your own results. My suggestion is you push yourself past your comfort level until you start getting some pushback or some unsubscribes, and then you back off. So here's very specific things. When it comes to emails that you send out, I send out one email a week that is my newsletter. And what it is it's a list of all these articles that I find every week that I found helpful and edifying. And I simply share them. It's called New Shelves News. I don't put any content in there other than articles that I think are interesting, including, let's be frank, my blog. Of course, I'll include myself. I do not mention my book at all in that newsletter. I do have one small yellow button on the side that said, if you want to work directly with me and consult with me, click this button. It's little, and so that email is simply of service. That's it. It's a list of articles that people enjoy reading every week because they find it helpful and because I found those articles helpful. I also send out one email every other week, and I'll send 2 or 3 versions of it to my list, but I don't do it every week. Every other week, where I'm selling something. Where I sell something, I'm either selling one of my products, or I'm mentioning this library mailing that I'm doing, and it is a direct sales piece. But I do that every other week. I don't do it every week. I don't do it once a month. Once a month doesn't get me enough. And once a week, I started doing it once a week, and people started unsubscribing, so I stopped. Every other week was good for me. But every blog I write, every article that I write, every time I try to be of service, I do include a small, nondescript offer of some kind. I do not get all pushy and thread it in through every article. I don't, but I will offer a small little button or a small little offer at the bottom of everything that I do, including, truthfully, when I'm at conferences and when I'm speaking online, I will drop in things that people might find helpful. Maybe they really want to buy my book. I don't make it hard for them to find. Wendy, the bottom line is for your question is actually rephrasing it. Promote your book is not the same thing as offering your book. May I suggest that every time you send out your free journal and the tips that you send out and everything, that you offer your book in some way. Do not promote it. There is a huge difference in the psychic energy. I know that sounds very woo-woo, but there's a huge difference in the results you'll get and the energy that you will get back if you simply offer your book and offer your services as opposed to promoting them. Does that make sense? People will not get tired of seeing a small offer on the side or on the bottom. They will get very, very tired if you weave it through everything every single time. I hope that answers your question. And if it didn't, if I need to get more specific, just type back in. Oh, good question by Stephen. Stephen wants to talk about pre-launch for Ingram Spark, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, so that people can order in advance. Is it better to launch an ebook at 99 cents for a short time? Okay, these are a couple different questions. I want to talk to you guys about pre-launch. Everything is changing at Amazon. And I started hearing about this from Alexa Bigwarf at Write, Publish, Sell. Alexa Bigwarf, if you guys don't know her, she's awesome. She's a terrific book shepherd and publisher. And she's the first person I saw who kind of alerted me to this. And then I started digging into it. I want you guys to, I'm looking you right in the camera. I want you to believe me when I say this. Pre-sales on Amazon may not be a good idea anymore. Let me tell you why. It was a great idea all the way up till now, but Amazon has changed things. All right, I'm going to try and make this a short story and not bore you guys. But up until recently, it made total sense to put your book up for pre-sale on Amazon for 2 months, 6 weeks. I didn't like to go too long. My rule of thumb was a month. I liked 3 to 4 weeks tops, but even 6 weeks I would give you. Put your book up for pre-sale. I did this as early as last October with the Write, Publish, Sell book that we got in. And what we did was we got a ton of pre-orders. We mailed to our list. The authors and I, it was a couple of authors, we were all together. And we all mailed to our lists, and we asked people to go pre-order the book, and we advertised on Facebook, and we advertised on Twitter, and we really dug into LinkedIn. We got 9,000 people to pre-order the book on Amazon. Also, there was 1,000 people or so who pre-ordered their book on Barnes & Noble and Apple. And because of that, we hit some major bestseller lists. It was a wonderful idea. And people have been doing that for a long time. They put books on pre-order, they build up orders, and then on the day that it releases, bam, all of a sudden, you're number one in your category, you're a hot new release. That's how it works. Amazon has changed. Amazon last November or December started shifting how they calculated rank. It was earlier than that, but how they calculated rankings. Now what they do is they take a 30-day window and they divide your sales out over the last 30 days that your book had been up. But what has recently changed is they now, and they didn't do this before. And the reason why they've made these changes is they don't want people gaming the system. They consider their rankings, they want to keep them sacred. And when people do things like that, they consider it manipulating the ranking. They don't want that. So what they're now doing is they are counting from the moment your book goes up on Amazon, even if it's not available for sale. The minute it goes up, the clock starts ticking. So if you put your book up, Stephen, 2 months before the pub date, your book, by the time it comes out, according to Amazon's logarithms, is 2 months old and no one has bought it. And all of a sudden now, just in the last month or so, it is so much harder to get books that were on pre-order up in the rankings, because all of a sudden it looks like their book did not sell anything for the first 60 days. This is another new change that Amazon's doing. Pre-order sales are not meant to be used to affect your rankings. If you want to put your book up for pre-order simply so you can get the sales, but you don't care about bestseller status, you don't care about the USA Today list, you don't care about your Amazon ranking, then go for it. So establishing a pre-order plan is no longer a terrific idea. For those of you who still want to do it, put your book up for pre-launch. You can put your ebook up on Amazon through KDP. You can put your book up to the bookstore and library market, your paperback, up on Ingram Spark and order pre-order. But there are so many headaches that come from shifting your paperback with your ISBN from Ingram Spark to KDP eventually. It's not worth it. KDP is officially, and this has happened to several of my clients, they are officially not admitting that they do this, but I am telling you guys that they do this. If you put your book up on Ingram Spark and that ISBN and that paperback goes to Amazon's databases, KDP will not allow you to put that same ISBN up in their system. Right now, that may change. So for those of you who are listening to this on a replay after June 2019, that may no longer be true. Let me throw that caveat out. That is a very long answer to your question, Stephen, and that's just the first question. I will get to your second question. But ordering in advance, if you really want to have your book orderable in advance, put it on your website. I never would have said this before, but things have changed so dramatically at Amazon. And Amazon is too important. I would suggest that you either don't do a pre-order campaign, or if you do, you only make it available on your website and drive everyone to buy the book from you directly for your release date. And that is my advice based on a lot of changes that have gone on in Amazon just in the last month. For anyone who's interested in hearing more about the changes at Amazon, I've been much more active on my blog about Amazon lately. And you can go to newshelves.com/blog. Just go up to the search bar, type in the word Amazon. I've got a number of articles about Amazon's publishing program, which I adore, and Amazon's marketing services, which I use and I love. I want to be clear. I'm not criticizing Amazon here. They're allowed to run their business any way they wish. I have absolutely zero dog in that fight. I'm just letting you guys know that everything's changing. And if you want to hit the top of your category, and if you want to hit bestseller lists, it is no longer a good idea right now to do pre-orders. That is not a plan that works anymore. It used to. It doesn't anymore. We have to come up with a new plan. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a blog with new ideas. I will get that done in the next week or two. All right. Stephen says, how do you get TV publicity without purchasing someone's course? You hire a publicist. Stephen, you can hire a publicist who knows the TV market. You can take a course. You can start trolling around, and I don't mean trolling. Again, I keep using the word trolling. I hate that people co-opted that term. It's an old fishing term, and I'm a fisher. I like to fish. But you can start going around in different blogs. Read buildbookbuzz.com, buildbookbuzz.com, Sandra Beckwith. The Publicity Hound, I love Joan Stewart's stuff. There's some terrific articles at online. Just start Googling how to get TV publicity. John Kramer, Kremer, not C. John Kramer has some great ideas. You can invest your money or you can invest your time. And there are a number of experts out there that can help you learn how to book yourself on radio or TV. And in this world, those are three names that I trust. Sandra, I trust to get, she knows all about how to get into magazines and she knows how to pitch. Joan is terrific when it comes to newspapers and radio and the like. John Kramer is good. So instead of buying a course, you can teach yourself, but you're going to have to invest your time, if not your money. All right. Wendy is asking if I'm suggesting to keep the ISBN from Amazon, and let me be clear, guys. I did not and do not suggest that you use two different ISBNs. Ingram and Amazon/KDP both have customer service reps who may tell you that the easiest and simplest way, someone's texting me, let me just make sure it's nothing urgent, that the easiest and simplest way to get your book up on Ingram Spark and Amazon is to use two different ISBNs. And that's true, but it's also the dumbest way. You want one ISBN. You want all your sales to be tracked through one ISBN. An ISBN is a little like a social security number. Please do not give your child two different social security numbers, and do not give your book two different ISBNs. Your paperback, you just need to learn to walk through the system. And the system is simply this. You go to ingramspark.com and you go to kdp.com. In the past, it didn't matter what order. Now it's just as simple as this. Here's the change. Go to kdp.com and upload your paperback and your ebook. Sure. And after a week, take that same paperback and that same ISBN and go to ingramspark.com. It's as simple as that. Just go to KDP first. Ingram Spark will happily take, don't check expanded distribution. Go to kdp.com, do not check expanded distribution. Just put your book up on Amazon, and a week later put it up on Ingram Spark, and you will be golden. You'll be in great shape. Nothing to worry about. All right. Jean is saying, hi, Jean, how are you? She self-published her book through a self-publishing company, and she purchased a package that included a website that they designed. It sends people to Amazon to buy her book instead of from the publisher, which would have given her a better royalty. The publisher charges her $129 a year to keep the website and would also charge her for any additional info on it. The website now only includes her book, and she's done many other healing, holistic things. Jean, I'd like you to go to the Q&A box, and I would like you to type in what the domain name is, because it may not be worth it to fight them about this. You may just want to start fresh with a new website. But if it's jeandaly.com, yes. But what I would suggest at the moment is that is the company's website that they're charging you for. You're going to want to create your own, and you're going to want total control. You're not going to want to work with a self-publishing company and have them between you and your website. You need your own. All of you need your own website, and you need to have total control over what's on it. Please do not use a third-party publisher to do your website, for your email, for anything like that, or if you can get away with it with anything else. All right, what other questions do we have? Stina's asking, what is the best way to move readers from only reading free books to buying books? Stina, I'm going to make a very snarky joke. This is a joke. What I want to say is write better free books. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Don't hang up on me. People who only buy free books are only ever going to buy free books. I actually am the opposite. I am a very, very active ebook reader, but I have found that 99% of the free books that I have ever downloaded have not been worth my time, and I stopped reading them. I know your writing. I've read of course your book and your free books are in a different category. But I am not a huge fan of offering books for free permanently. I am a big fan of offering them for free for 2 or 3 days and promoting them. But 99 cents makes a lot more sense when you have an entire series. Dropping the first book down to 99 cents or even $1.99 when you have an entire catalog to go for is a much better idea. Now, in Wendy's case, or it was Sonia, sorry. In Sonia's case, she has one book. You, Stina, are in a whole different category. So dropping your book down for free or offering a free book is probably not a great idea for a novelist of your stature with an enormous, you've got a big future ahead of you with a lot of books coming out. In your case, I would suggest $1.99, 99 cents. Get the first book or so in a series or the first book or two that you're the most proud of down to 99 cents or $1.99. Get them hooked, and then they will be willing to buy your book for $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. But the people who only go for free ebooks, that's who you're selling to. They're free ebook people. It is very, very hard to get someone at Costco who gets a free sample of cheese or salami or whatever it is they're giving away. Very, very, very few of them actually go and buy the salami. Those free sample guys at Costco are there mainly because Costco likes to be of service and it's marketing, but it's not a great way to sell salami. So the same is true. People who, you've been to Costco, and how many free samples do you take and how many times do you actually buy the product? Occasionally. There are people who do nothing but read free ebooks, and that's okay. I want people reading. I have no problem. But if you're using it as a marketing campaign, it doesn't make a great deal of sense to try and do that in your case. It would be different if you had written a series of books towards a nonfiction series towards a particular long-term problem. Getting someone in by giving them a free book about how to raise a puppy, but then making them brand loyal when, their teenage dog is driving them nuts, and then giving them a lot of advice about how to raise a teenage dog and then suggesting a book. That's better. But for a novelist like you, I'm saying 99 cents makes more sense. All right, let's see what else we've got going here. We've got 5 comments. All of them are me or Stina. It's good to see everyone. It is 10:30. I cannot believe how fast that time went. Let's see what other questions we have before I get out. Jean, I would suggest that you go look for, if your author name is Jean Daly, then jeandalyauthor.com or jeandailysbooks.com or jeandailybooks.com or jeandaly.com if it's available. Go to GoDaddy or HostMonster or any of them. Go grab your URL. All of you, y'all, wherever you are. I want you to run right now and go spend the $12 a year it costs to grab all of your URL names with .coms. I wished I'd done it. Less than a year ago, amycollins.com was available, and it was $1,200. And I said, oh, I don't want to buy that. And somebody else bought it, and now I am ticked off. Go grab your URL. Whatever your author name is, .com. And if it's not available, then author name and then the word author.com. Go do it today. Do not wait. Do not wait. Denise is asking for children's book, Dust Jacket or not. I need to know a little bit more before I answer that. I would say both. Do a Dust Jacket version with one ISBN and a paper overboard version, hardcover, for the libraries. You can do a library version with one ISBN and a Dust Jacket for another for gift giving. The gift market, children's boutiques, they prefer Dust Jackets. Bookstores are not crazy about them, especially print-on-demand children's books with Dust Jackets. Do not, because they're pretty flimsy and they rip. And bookstores will often, and libraries will often only want a hardcover that doesn't have a Dust Jacket. However, gift stores and parents, so I would say both if you're print-on-demand. If you're not print-on-demand and you have to make a choice, I would go no Dust Jacket, knowing what I know about your books. I would simply go with a matte paper overboard cover, no Dust Jacket. So that's my advice there. I think I got to everyone's questions today. Let's see if I've missed any. Stephen is asking if it's better to launch the ebook at 99 cents for a short time, launch it with other 99 cents. Okay, one final question about ebooks. It is a great idea to put your book on sale for a short period of time, but not right at the beginning. Please don't ever, I can't think of a book where it's a good idea to launch your book, launch your ebook for, what is going on here? Yikes. I should not look in the camera while I'm talking to you people. 99 cents is a great idea 60 days, 90 days later, not during the first period. Get all your marketing out there, get some reviews going. If you're having a very hard time getting reviews going, then put your review copy up for free on bookconnect.review or bookfunnel.com or NetGalley. Get reviews going that way. Please do not drop your ebook to 99 cents to try and get people to write reviews. It's two different things. What you're trying to do with 99 cents is build readers. But the first few months you want to build reviewers. And if they go and see it's a 99-cent book, a lot of reviewers are not going to take you seriously. So my advice to all of you is a discounted ebook does make sense strategically. Please don't do it in the first few weeks. Get your sales going, get your momentum going, show some gravitas, get some reviews, and then you can start talking about a discount program for 2 days, 3 days, or the like. All right, let's see if there's anything in the chat box. I don't think so. I think we're in good shape. Chat. All right, everyone, thank you. Let's see. Oh, Sonia, my Insiders Club, thank you so much for asking. I'm afraid my Insiders Club closed. Not enough people wanted to hang out with me. And the few people who did hang out with me were amazing, and I loved them. But all I ended up doing was disappointing them. I couldn't get them enough of my time. So I am afraid I closed my Insiders Club. If you guys are interested with how to work with me or with New Shelves, or if you're interested in bestseller builders, please, please, please drop me an email at amy@newshelves. If you're at all curious about what we do here or how we might be able to help, amy@newshelves.com. That email comes directly to me. I would love to tell you how to work with us, and I'll send you all sorts of free videos and materials. Wonderful to see you guys. I will talk to you later. I'm afraid we're a little over the time. I know, Linda, you asked a question. Let me see here. Linda, I promise I'm going to get to that question next week. I'm afraid I have to hang up now because this is a half an hour thing, but finding specific genre groups, you and I will talk this week offline. I will tell you how, and that will be the first question